Hello, everyone. Welcome to Teen Talk News. I'm your host, Lyric, and I'm here with my co-host,
Kanan,
Justice, Elijah,
Aiden.
And today we have a special guest.
Mr. Lamar Lyons, the Director of the Best Buy Team Tech Center.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for being here today. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where to start. I'm pretty diverse individual. I'll leave my age off the table for today. We'll talk about that at the time. I've been in my role here at the Tech Center for about 2.5 years. I'm not born and raised in Louisville, but I've basically been here the majority of my life. I was born in New Jersey, but I've been here as far back as I can remember. I have 3 kids. I've got a granddaughter and a bunch of other family.
All right. So first, we're going to start off with some questions about your life, about the YMCA, about like just a whole bunch of other stuff that surrounds your life. So first, we're going to start with Aiden.
Well, since you basically answered my first question already and you started it off, how was your community? How was the community like when you were growing up compared to now?
That's a good question. It's a lot of similarities, a lot of things different. I don't know how deep and how real I can be about those things, but oddly enough, I grew up in the same neighborhood that the Tech Center is in. I literally grew up just a few blocks from here. I used to catch the bus to school right out here on the corner of 18th and Broadway. Very, very drug rampant, very, very like heavy with drug and like gang activity, violence activity, prostitution, a lot of different stuff. So like I said, we have to get kind of real about some of the things that were going on around here. But this is the neighborhood that made me who I am today. Some of the things that I was unfortunate to see and have to go through, built me to be who I am, to be as wise as I am, to make better decisions or whatever, so on and so forth. But just as bad as things were, we had a lot of support and activity. So I was in and out of Boys and Girls Clubs, in and out of the center over right around the corner, California Park and Jewel Park and different places like that or whatever. So it was a lot of negative activity, but we definitely had some positive influences in the area as well.
Okay. All right. So, Elijah, what's your question?
How does working with teens make you feel?
It's very gratifying. It's a challenge at times, but I feel like I'm extremely relatable. Being that I was a teen in this neighborhood and in the surrounding areas, I feel like I know what the teens are going through. I tell a lot of my teens that I've been every single one of them at least one day in my life. So I've been bullied before. That probably only lasted about a day or two because I wasn't going for that, but it happened. You know what I mean? I've had, absent parent or whatever in the home or different situations or whatever with my parenting. I've been a part of the in crowd. I've been a part of the out crowd. I've been the person that was causing problems for the neighborhood. I've been the person that were solving problems for the neighborhood. So, I feel like I'm very relatable in that way. So when they come in the door, I can kind of read them. I can tell when some of the teens are coming in dealing with family problems or they're dealing with financial issues. I can tell when kids come in the door that's hungry, you know what I mean? Before they even say, I'm hungry, I can tell that, they're hungry. So that's one thing that I do. I make sure I try to provide snacks for the kids and different things like that. So, I would say relatable, but it's definitely a roller coaster ride because where they emotions lie, that's where I have to pivot. I have to be there to support more than just the tech. I have to support their feelings and their emotions that they're going through.
Yeah. Justin?
Were you into technology as a kid? And if so, what kind?
I was into all sorts of technology as a kid. That's a good question as well. I grew up as the kid that would take everything in the house apart. So like I remember my sister having stereos and I would take her little small boombox stereo and try to hook up big house speakers to it and blow the speakers or blow the stereo. We grew up in the era of like VCRs, stuff that y'all don't know nothing about, you know what I mean? So yes, definitely big on technology. I remember, we grew up, I wouldn't say poor, but we grew up a little less fortunate than others, but I remember every Christmas my mother saving up to buy, like she would buy my brother's clothes and buy my sister, feminine things or whatever, dolls and all of this stuff. But I was the person that always wanted the tech. I always wanted the Nintendo. I always wanted the new stereo system or the boom box or different things like that or whatever. But I was always hands-on with those things. Always hands-on with the keyboards, the computers, even the typewriter, something that y'all probably don't even know, like, what's the typewriter? You know what I mean? But I remember being hands-on with those things